Welcome to Just Some Weebs, y'all. This is episode 9. I'm here with my homie Connor and Eric, and we're going to be discussing Dorohdoro and Do-Da-Da-Da. Well, not really Do-Da-Da-Da, because, somebody...
The beginning of it. Guilty.
And we're going to be talking about the first part of Baki. So, and I guess we're starting with Dorohdoro today?
Let's do it up.
Okay. You want to kick it off, Eric?
Yeah, I guess I'll kick it off. I actually saw this a few months ago, and I really like this anime a lot. I think it's a lot different from a bunch of other animes. And this was actually a manga years ago that's already ended, and it took a long time for it to have an anime adaptation. And I think what they did with the anime adaptation, it has that kind of CG sort of vibe, but not incredibly CG. And I thought they did a really, really good job of it. And it's pretty damn trippy, and it's pretty brutal. And there's a lot of cool things to think about too. Like, it's not just some brutal psychedelic like gore fest. It's actually, there's a lot more to it and stuff that makes you think, especially after, because I've read ahead in the manga. There's a lot way more interesting stuff that happens. But I think this first season they did a fantastic job of adapting the manga and introducing all these really great characters.
Okay. So have you finished the manga?
No, not yet. I'm a little bit. I wouldn't say I finished it, but it's really good. I recommend anyone read it.
Cool. Yeah, I think it has I don't know, I haven't seen the manga, so I'm not really sure what the art style is in the manga, but it had a really, really one of a kind original art style, I thought, in the animation of the actual anime. I mean, it does have CG at some points, but I feel like they blend it with actual real artistic animation, because I'm not a huge fan of CG, but it's not super dominant in this anime.
Oh, definitely.
Kind of like Baki, the other one we're talking about. So
I wouldn't say Baki is CG,
but at times, yeah,
definitely for the dynamic and cinematic scenes. But
right.
So about Dorohdoro, I found it really, really good. Like, the concept of it was most definitely different. Guy with alligator. Is it an alligator? Yeah, it's an alligator head, a gator head. Or lizard.
It's a lizard. Cayman.
Is it cayman or cayman?
Cayman. I think that's a type of alligator, right? Is it cayman?
Isn't an alligator lizard? I kind of want to look it up real quick just to make sure.
Do it. Yeah.
It might be. Is it?
It looks like a lizard. It looks like a lizard.
It is a lizard. I think it is a lizard. That was a lizard. Yeah. That was my fault.
Yeah.
A Komodo dragon.
But I feel like, yeah, definitely the sorcerers. I think some of the sorcerers are dope as hell.
They're definitely the coolest characters, I think.
What's his name? The dude with the where it can basically take you apart. I forgot his name.
I'm pulling up all their names right now because I don't really remember all their names.
I don't know why, but their names were hard to remember for me.
Is that Shen? You talking about Shen? Yeah. He was
Hokkaido.
But hey, this was Dorohdoro was definitely cool, man. I can't hate on it, man. If I were to give it a grade, I would give it a 7.5, 8.
Okay.
What do you guys think about that?
I'd probably give it a 7.5 because I think that it has a lot more to go, and I think that the story definitely can be developed a little more, but it definitely had cool aspects from what I've seen so far. The sorcerer's abilities are really cool and thought out. Especially is it N? Is he the main the mushroom guy?
Yeah, the mushroom guy. Yeah.
Right. I think his ability, at first glance, it's that's kind of weird. It's not that cool. But then he I think Eric was saying last episode, he uses it in really smart ways that makes it kind of this super badass ability. And when you later in the season, when you see Nikaido and her abilities as well, there's a lot more to it that I wasn't expecting. I thought it was going to be pretty shallow as far as the abilities and stuff at the beginning, but then as you work through it, you realize that it's actually there's a lot more depth to it.
In terms of Nikaido's ability, I feel like they could have portrayed them a little, like actually show her abilities. It gave her some more exposure in terms of her sorcerer side.
Right.
Because all they did was really talk about it, and they never really shown
They
us.
do go farther into that, but
In like the next season, probably.
You dive more into that.
Yeah.
I got it right here. A type of lizard.
Okay.
Or there's like a species of lizard. There's actually multiple different type of chitin lizards, and yeah, their heads look exactly like his.
Really?
Interesting.
Talking about the spikes though, I don't see any with spikes on it, but
right. So who is in his mouth? Was it Ritsu? Was it?
Yeah, Ritsu. Yeah.
That's what like it looked like. It was kind of hinting at. I don't think did they ever officially say that's who it was?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
The end?
When I wouldn't say it was at the end, but when he put Nikaido in his mouth,
right? Okay,
he was
that's
like,
what I thought.
Yeah, she was like, the person in your mouth is Ritsu.
Right.
Like, what?
So was Ritsu the one? Remember the like when they show the film the end made, and there's like that big battle, and then like the guy walks away through the door at the end. Was that supposed to be Ritsu? I don't know if you guys remember that part or not.
Wait. The person that was supposed to be Ritsu was the little robot thing that made. Yeah. Like basically the puppet, the puppet.
Yeah. That's supposed to be that's like Ritsu's, he put Ritsu's head on it, right?
Yeah. The goth looking dude.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect with this series. I don't really know what's to come. I think it's gonna be good, but I really don't have like a good. You what?
It gets more intense.
Yeah, I had a feeling that there's like some shit about to hit the fan, but I don't know what the shit is. I don't know if it's gonna be, kind of like the consistency of it. If it's just gonna like, maybe it'll break the fan. Who knows? But it's gonna be.
Oh no, it stays on. I think it builds up even more. I think the next season's gonna be even better.
Badass.
Like it's really badass. Like you're really in for a trip next season.
Right. Is it confirmed for next year?
I don't know if it's confirmed yet. It seemed pretty popular though. Like a lot of people have watched it and give it attention. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna do another season. But reading the manga, it picks up. Like it's really in for a wild ride next season. Like it gets even more brutal and just more unexpected and weird.
Right. See how much more weird we can get with it.
Oh yeah, that's already a pretty fucking weird anime.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely I wouldn't say it's weird, but I would say it's different because it does have aspects of a normal, I guess you can say, fantasy anime, but it takes a different approach. Different character, different concept. Kind of has like a Monster Inc. concept with like the door,
Right.
Probably it that way.
The cockroach guy. I don't remember what the cockroach's name is, but I love him.
The cockroach.
The big like the big cockroach, like the doctor control, or he like.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I
don't know what his name is, but
pincer dude. I don't know that dude.
See if I can find it.
Gave me made me cringe, man.
The what? The kid with the mask.
The which one?
Forgot it. The kid with the pointy nose mask.
Oh yeah, the one that has fucking the same. I watched him in the English version, so he has the same voice. The same voice as Eren Yeager.
Really, he does.
Yeah, dude, that guy.
That's weird.
Bryce Papenbrook. I fucking hear his voice all the time now. Whenever I watch English stuff, and I always just think of Eren Yeager because he's one of those voice actors where I don't really think he has a lot of variety. I think a lot of his voices sound the same, in my opinion. Not a bad thing. I mean, some people, they can it works for different characters, but his, I always just there's Eren. What is
his Eren?
I'm gonna look it up.
Man, I can't imagine it in English. I might have to go back to it and see what it sounds like.
Yeah, like I didn't necessarily like choose to watch it in English. It's just what came up when I put it on, and I never went to changing it. So
I do that too sometimes. Like if the dub sounds good and it goes on for a few minutes, I'll just continue watching it.
right, same. Because I'm not against dubs by any mean. Like I started off with dubs, and like some dubs I love. It's just some are unbearable.
That's true. Yeah.
Like
I have more faith in new anime dubs, especially Netflix anime dubs are usually pretty.
Yeah, definitely, Netflix puts money into their anime.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever watched Baka and Test?
Watched what?
Baka and Test.
I have
my
not.
camera died.
No, the English dub is absolutely. That English dub is absolutely amazing. It's from a couple of years ago, so like a few like 10, 12 years ago. Yeah, something like that. But yeah. So what would you give Dorohdoro, Eric?
I would give it like an 8.5. I really liked it, and I know what's to come. I know what they're doing with the story, and I think they did such a great job of adapting the first part of it into an anime. And I think it's really unique, and there's not really too many shows quite like it, and it brought a lot new to the table, and I loved it.
That's true. Okay. You guys want to stay on the topic of Dorohdoro? You guys want to move to Baki? Because I have a lot to say about Baki.
Yeah, I'm good going to Baki.
I love go on with Baki for days. I love Baki.
Yeah. Let's go hop onto that train.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I gotta get my points out real quick.
Start with the first season.
Yeah, let's start with the first part.
We can progress later.
Yeah. So for the first part, I did not like that they did not show Baki majority of the season or the part. I wouldn't say it's a season. I call it the first part, because. And I get why, because they were introducing all the characters and things like that. And I gotta say, I'm not sure if they introduced Mr. Unchained, or I forget his actual name. But the big black guy with like the huge neck and like
the one that
bullets.
He's like in the prison, and like he kind of just like does whatever he wants. They like feed him steak and stuff. Like okay, yeah, he just got like endless amounts. He's like a full buffet just being fed to him. Yeah, they introduced him in like the last episode of part 1.
Yeah, that man is so badass. Like he's like,
right.
If I feel like I don't want to say he's on par with Baki's father, but I feel like he's near that level. There's not a lot of people that can beat him in a fight. But Baki's father is just a fucking cheat code. Like he's just
right. He's a Goku.
Yeah, he's a Goku.
Baki's father's face, though, that fucking face.
You don't like it?
No, it's fucking hilarious. Like, and his smile just goes up like here. He has the most creepy, menacing face.
Yes.
And just like,
right.
Oh my! He is so damn creepy. His face is creepy. And then, was Kazue introduced in the first part, or was it the second part? It was the first part, right?
Which one?
Kazue, Baki's girlfriend.
Oh yeah. She gets introduced like briefly. No sex scene yet, unfortunately. But
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen up to the point where was it Jack, the Russian dude, kidnaps her and brings her to Baki's father, and then it ends like right around that part.
Okay, yeah. The first part really I did not like the first part, in my opinion. It just left so many unanswered questions. I'm like, I gotta keep watching this because.
Well, this is what I love about Baki. And the first part wasn't as good as the other parts. It kind of introduced. Okay. Like the problem with the first part that I had is it just had so many random ass fucking. Like I can't keep every character in Baki. Like there's so many guys. And they're just the most chatted out motherfuckers come all from around the world and just beat the shit out of each other. Like the best thing about Baki is that there is no plot to it. And like I've read the manga too, and I've seen all the parts. Like they're really, if you really dig deep into it, there really isn't a plot or any significance really to anything. And a lot of the logic behind everything in it is just fucking ridiculous. But the show doesn't need that because that's not what it's about. It's basically a show where these insane like chatted out motherfuckers come together and just fight in the most insane type of combat ever. And that's just the whole premise of the show. And I love it.
Yeah.
Like shows like that really don't need a deep, meaningful plot.
Right, and that's what the best, the golden part of it is. It's the Sharknado of anime. You know, it's like it knows it's over the top, and then it just like it capitalizes on that. And I love when people do that. It's kind of like John Wick. You know, like the first movie came out, and it was like we're gonna try to be a badass like dark action film, and then they realized they're like, okay, this is just so ridiculously over the top. We're going to capitalize that and just make it as ridiculous as we can. Yes, he's going to go into like fighting all these guys. He's going to have like get shot in the kneecaps 8 times in each leg and still be standing. You know?
If you think the fights are like over the top in the first part, just wait until the last part, man. Some of those fights, man, like I want to talk about. You know, I'm going to talk about. I'm sorry, Connor. I'm going to talk.
Wait, hold on. What fight did you like best from the first part?
First part.
Or who did you like best out of the first part?
See, the thing is, I don't know who the Chinese dude with the little ponytail. I forgot his name. Sorry with R.
I'm not sure. Oh, is he the Retsu?
Yeah, Retsu. There you go. That's his name. Retsu. Yeah.
The one that like finally finishes off Dorian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When you see how he's like later in the series, you'll see why I like him so much.
Okay.
He's dope, man. Like he's a nice guy. He can still whoop some ass if he needs to.
Sure. I thought Dorian was just like crazy that first season. He was just like an absolute monster. Like you couldn't kill him. Literally, he just went through like all these people and just got like mutilated. He ended up losing both ears, like both his hands, and like he finally just gets taken out. And it was just, when he just, I love how like every single person he beats, he just starts singing that song too. I don't know what it is, but he's just belting a song as he's like walking around.
That dude that try to like blow up the house, like.
He's the one he's the old dude with like the long white hair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He had like the lighter with the chain, like the titanium like rope that would cut through people. Yeah.
He's like trying to put people on fire.
Or he would, and then he would like clap and it would like hypnotize them.
Oh yeah.
Finally, my favorite guy finally took him out. Dopo Orochi. I thought he was the
big dude, right?
He's the leader of the karate. He like had the eye patch.
With the scars. Did he have the scars on his face during that time?
He didn't have scars at that point. It ended. The last thing I saw was like Dorian blew up his face basically, and then I haven't seen him since. So he probably has scars now.
Okay. Yeah. Because like after watching like the other parts, the first part is not memorable at all.
Really?
It's just like been there, done that. You already know everything that happened there, and now. Like the second, damn, but it's just like I just hated that the show is named Baki and he is the least shown character in the first part.
Right.
He did not show him any love. I'm like, yo, when is Baki? Like I was sitting there expecting Baki to get in a fight. I'm like, when is Baki gonna fight? Like, when is he gonna fight?
Yeah, and then every time he gets into a situation where he almost gets in a fight, somebody else like bails him out.
Exactly. Like,
I don't really understand though how Baki, being like a high school student, is supposed to compete with all these like death row inmates or like.
So the way it is Baki he was in an underground tournament, and he won the tournament, so he became the champion of he's the champion of the underground, fighting tournament. And so that's what everybody knows him by. And his father, being the world's, the strongest thing in the world or in Earth, something like that. I forgot what they called him. But yeah, so it's just they know him for his father. They know him for winning that tournament. So everybody wants to fight him,
right?
And which didn't make sense because nobody fought him in the first part.
No.
Right.
It felt like they showed, and it's crazy because they didn't show the white hair dude that much in the other parts. Like,
well, he kind of lost at the end of the first part. He like became, from what I've seen, he became like, I don't know, like in a state of stupor or something, and he like gets.
Oh,
taken
you're
away.
right. Yeah,
He's
right.
like candy, the candy power. Yeah. Father only
What?
I
gives me
remember now.
pieces.
I remember.
What I find really fascinating about Baki is how almost every fight is pretty unpredictable. Like there can be fights where the guy is gonna get is just getting his ass handed to him, and then he just like pulls a 180 and just obliterates the other person, or just does some really unexpected move and just conquers them. Like almost all of these fights really like make you wonder like who's gonna win or what's gonna happen. Like you expect the guy to win, but then somehow they have some secret move or something like they just pull out of nowhere.
Or like a weapon hidden in them somehow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like WWE in that sense. This guy's getting his ass whooped the whole time, and then he kicks out at 2 count.
Who would you guys say your least favorite character is in the first part?
In the first part.
In the first part, like, you know who yours is?
Yeah, who mine is. Yeah.
Who is it?
The poison dude.
Not in the first part. Right. From the first part, mine is Spec. I didn't really like Spec.
The one with all the weapons?
Yeah, he was the one like he was like the first fight. It was him versus what's the guy's name? Hold on, I have it right here. Hanayama. I remember him, Hanayama. The guy that has like the scars on his face, and he's like in the first fight, and the Spec steals like the special bullets, and it like blows a hole through his cheeks. And he's like his mouth is like ripped open. Yeah, but somehow he still wins the fight.
My least favorite character is, I forgot his name, the guy that uses the oxygen, like was it in the first part? Yeah,
the vacuum.
The vacuum. That dude. Yeah. You'll see later in the series why I want to.
Yeah,
I want to stay who was never in the show.
He seems like I don't know. It's not that I don't like his character. I think he kind of seems like an asshole, I guess. Yeah, like everybody else seems somewhat honorable, or they're like trying to fight, to like prove themselves, and he just seems like he just wants to like.
Let me just tell you this, Connor. Baki, he does some work on him, man. You're gonna see how. But it happens. I'm not gonna tell you how, but I'm gonna tell you it happens.
Right. I'm excited. I know that it's gonna get so much more over the top, and I can't wait.
No, it does. It does.
Oh, it does.
Man,
at least character, my hatred for him goes so far. He's doesn't come up in the first part, but it's Muhammad. I freaking hate him so much.
Yes. Oh my God! Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about so badly, man. I'm so glad you brought it up first, man, because
so much to say.
He pisses me off. Like when he kept losing those fights, I'm like, thank you. I don't know why it was happening, but it was happening. I was so grateful for it.
I was happy, but at the same time, I was like, they kind of hyped him up, and he turned out to be a real bitch. Like a real fucking bitch, even though they hyped him up. And I thought, I didn't like him, but I thought he was going to at least bring something to the table for a challenge. But like, ultimate virgin, biggest fucking virgin in all of Baki, definitely. And just how he tries to steal his girl and just fail.
Thank you.
But she still kind of gives him a chance, which seems weird. But there's like a weird honor like thing with that in Japan. Like at first I thought it was just supposed to be ridiculous, but there's actually something more to it, even though he fails miserably. But like it's like an honor sort of respect thing. I don't know, but he just made himself look like such an ass clown. Like
an ass clown, I like that.
Yeah, just fucking worst. Like he tried to be Mr. Steal Your Girl, and then just failed like so miserably.
Right.
You gotta see
the Chad got
you gotta
see it coming.
You gotta see.
Yeah. Wait, so is he named? I've just looked him up. Is he named after Muhammad Ali?
It's I guess
really? That's funny.
Honor.
That's funny. Except for they don't do him justice, I suppose.
And they did like his name weird. It's like Muhammad Ali or something like that. Like
really?
It's
Ali.
LAI.
Dude, what do you see more of? I can't remember what his name is. The guy with red hair. He wears like all black. He's kind of like skinnier. He's not like a super jacked dude.
Oh, Baki's older brother.
Is that his brother?
Yeah.
He was the one that like fought Baki, or like in the first part, like jumped through his class window when Baki was in class. I can't remember his name. I think it might be his older brother. I don't know if they said that it was yet, but maybe I missed it.
Let me see. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, he like Baki's in class and like the teacher's like ripping him a new one. It's like, yeah, nobody could jump up here from the ground. This is 4 stories up, and then like the guy just smashes through the windows and tries to fight Baki. It's like, oh, comedic timing there, yeah. But
yeah, no, this. You want to know how I actually found out about this show or about this manga? Is I found out about it because like when I first started watching and reading Beastars, everyone was like giving a lot of attention for it because Peru Itagaki, it's Peru's dad, the girl who wrote Beastars, wrote Baki the Grappler, and that's how they got famous, and that's how it got started back in like Shonen Champion back in the 90s. And I was just like, oh, everyone's talking about Baki the Grappler, and they're like doing poses and like even drew some of the characters together and stuff. And I'm like, oh, it's like father daughter. And then I started watching it, and I was like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting this show to be like this. Like I wasn't expecting it. And so this could not be any more of opposite shows.
Yeah. I think it's like Baki serves a place very well because like, you know, it's stereotypical for like anime and manga to be like so in depth. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
I hated him so much.
Is that his brother?
No, it's not his brother. That's thinking of somebody else.
So does that guy? Did he die? Did I like just completely space out? Okay,
no,
so he comes back, right?
He becomes a force to be reckoned.
I was gonna say he seemed like a savage from what I've seen.
Yeah, he's not a savage. He's a he's a cheap.
He is a freaking savage. Like
really?
He is
cheap shots, man. Like he takes cheap shots.
He does seem like a cheap shot.
He cheap shots a bit, but like his strength and his progression actually goes up like way up there. Like he's one of the characters that really stronger each time you see him.
Okay.
Like cool. He doesn't necessarily get stronger, but he just ends up with a lot more weapons to use.
Right.
You have to skip ahead in the manga. He does do a lot. Like
he loses so many times, but unofficially. Like he would like get bailed out of a loss so many damn times.
Right.
Like with the Chinese guy with the ponytail, the dark dude.
Retsu.
Yeah, Retsu. He was beating him up, right? But then somebody came and knocked him out and just left the dude there, left Retsu there, and like the guy walked away. Like I'm like, come on, man. Come on. Let him take an L for once.
Right.
L.
Yeah. No, what I was saying earlier though is I think Baki serves a good place, whereas like most, you know, anime takes such a good mental toll and you really have to focus so hard and like try to understand like what's going on behind the scenes and like try to predict all this like plot that's happening. Whereas Baki, like I enjoyed it so much because I could just like lay there and watching it and just be like, yeah, fucking go. Yeah. Like badass, dude. I didn't really have to be like, why is he doing that? Like what is his backstory that's making him want to fight this guy? It's just literally Chads being Chads.
It really is the Chad of all Chad animes. Like it just does not like and anytime they try to apply logic, it's just so ridiculous. But you can just tell, like, he's so self-aware of how ridiculous it is, and he doesn't need to like be deep or detailed about anything because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And there's not too many shows like that can actually pull it off like Baki does.
Right.
Have you guys noticed the massive JoJo animation style?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, dude. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, like JoJo's or Fist of the North Star, which I think Fist of the North Star kind of inspired JoJo's with all the muscles and shit.
Right, just jacked out of their mind characters.
It's not even just the way the characters are. I'm talking like the like the
subtleties, yeah.
Yeah, like skin, the way the skin cut, like the skin reflects and stuff like that.
Right.
The way they move, I feel
Right.
like
The facial emotions was what got me big. It's like I remember when Dorian at the end was like finally like seeing that he was gonna lose and he was scared. They just had like the little like his jaw was shaking and like teeth were chattering and stuff. I'm like, dude, that's
it's
JoJo.
gory though. It gets a lot more gory, like
Right.
a lot more gory.
I can do gore. I can do with gore. You know that.
Bones sticking out of legs,
Oh.
flesh. It's
God.
Poison in the hands.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, like
excited.
Mortal Kombat, like it gets Mortal
Right.
Kombat level.
Right.
Yeah, just wait till you see what happens to Muhammad Jr., man. Because
He gets what
he deserves.
he really does. Yeah, no, he's just the worst.
Right. Who would you say out of like all parts for you guys, since you've seen more than I have, is your favorite?
The newest one, the tournament.
The what?
The tournament.
Who do you want to win the tournament, you're saying?
I said the tournament arc.
oh,
No, I mean
character.
like people, like fighters.
Oh, people, like who's my favorite?
Yeah, like who do you think is the most badass, or like who do you want to just kind of trump everyone?
That's hard because like now that I'm on the end of it, my choice would probably be Oliver or Baki because Baki's just hitting his
Oliver
full
for
thing.
sure.
So
Mr. Unchained.
like, I know what happens too with Baki. He gets even more insane, but like Oliver's just my favorite because he's so subtle but just so badass. And like Noel, you know the part that I'm talking about, the part where he's freaking naked.
Yeah. Yo, he's such a savage. Like he doesn't care. And I remember like you know the hands in the pocket part where like in the tournament he was just disrespecting and embarrassing the other dude like crazy.
And you thought at first that guy actually had a chance, but no. Like not even close.
I'm gonna look him up. I want to see what he looks like.
Yeah, and Mr. and Oliver is he's so dope, man. That's my favorite character. Baki and him too.
Wait,
because Baki goes
his first
to
name?
change. Oliver, isn't it Oliver?
I don't know. It's not coming up on here.
Or type in Mr. Unchained. Maybe that.
Wait, Biscuit?
Yeah, Biscuit Oliver. Yeah, Biscuit Oliver. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's Oliva. I was looking up Oliver.
Oh, I was saying that I watched it dubbed, so
right.
I'm just going
the big jacked black dude.
Yeah, the huge neck.
Right, yeah, he like gets to the shotgun blast and he just like heals or doesn't even do anything.
Eats it in his arm, like he just he said.
Okay, I haven't really seen him fight all out yet, but he seems like he's pretty savage.
Like it's crazy. How genetics work in Baki though, like just how some humans can just be like that.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even like he trains. He's just that fucking insane. Like his genetics are just that insane.
Mm-hmm. Right. Dude, somebody I think right now that I hope it gets like some good fights in the later on. I don't know what his name is, but who's like the really small, like old dude that's like he's not super powerful. He's more just like he like dodges and like flips people and shit. He's the one that he fights the guy with like that does like the hand to the mouth thing in the beginning. He's the one that saves Baki when that guy's fighting.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He's not really I wouldn't say he's a fighter. Like he's a support. I would say he's a support character. Like he's always there, but he doesn't really get into much fights. You know?
Okay, he seemed cool though. I liked how he was like so small and he's just kind of like dodging the people and like using their own strength against them.
There's an old dude in this last part, in the third part. Like he's like 121 years old. He still kicks ass.
Kicks ass.
He's like a fucking like reptile. Like he's so freaking old that he's just like insane. Like he's such an asshole.
How would you feel, Connor? How would you feel if you see somebody come in a tournament in a wheelchair, right, and still ends up beating your ass?
Really? That's funny.
That's logic for you.
What about Shinoji?
Shinoji. You look him up.
Is he in it yet? Kura, the one with like long red hair, like long orange hair. I don't know. I'm just looking up characters now that I think look cool.
He says Shinogi is a Shinogi.
This guy, Shinogi, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, him. Yeah,
He looks
him.
like this dude.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I can see him.
That
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking about earlier. I don't know why I said Baki's brother.
Is he
But-
badass?
Yeah, now he's. I want to say he's badass. He's
Right.
more like a doctor. Isn't he a doctor? I think he's a doctor.
Oh.
No, or am I thinking a different red hair character that was like taking care of Baki before? Because there's a lot of red hair characters. I mean, like there's like at least two or three, I think. But
yeah, Baki and his father both have like that dark maroon hair.
yeah.
I want to see Baki's dad fight. I want to see it bad.
If you see him, you do see him fight, but they're all one-sided. Like
Right.
besides
One shots people.
besides in the tournament, like this is one fight. I'm not gonna tell you who he's fighting, but it is not necessarily one-sided, but it becomes hella one-sided, like really fucking fast.
Right.
That's what a lot of fights are in Baki, is they don't seem one-sided at first, and then they just become incredibly one-sided.
Right.
Yeah, especially with Baki's father. Like he's just OP as hell. He's overpowered as hell.
Right.
But I can't wait for the next part because I hope in the next part Baki and his father finally fight because that's what I'm hoping to see. That's what that's I feel like that's what the show lives on, is for the anticipation of Baki fighting his father.
Oh yeah.
I want to see more Dopo Rochi.
Double Rochi.
Yeah.
Now he's definitely. Did his arm get cut off in the first part?
But like he had a cast on it, and like the doctor actually put his hand back on.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like hiding it.
Yeah, nah, he does. Let me tell you, I feel like since you like him so much, I feel like I should tell you who does like torture in the last season, the third part.
Yeah,
he fucks up Muhammad. Like
he's the master.
Up.
He's the master of like, whatever that type of karate, like Shin Chen Ku.
Like no, it's not even the fact that he doesn't use his techniques. He just fucks him up. Like makes him just hits his messed up, like his what's it called, broken bones. Like makes it worse than it already is.
Right.
It's bad, and he gets gory, man. Like bones sticking out. Like
that's in part 3.
Part 3. Yeah. That's my favorite part.
There's not that much more. I mean, it's only 12 episodes, so I'll get there. Yeah.
Binge.
Cool.
Connor.
Binge. Well, I will for sure. I want you guys to check out that Hell's Paradise manga at some point. You don't have to get far into it, but I kind of want you to start it and tell me what genre is it. It's like dark kind of action, I guess, fantasy. I don't really know. It's kind of like its own type of thing, really. I made a video on it, like saying what I think of like the overall of the series, and I said that I compared it to the Stone Cold movie, The Condemned. I don't know if you've ever seen that, where like all the prisoners get sent to this island and they basically have to fight to the death, and whoever survives gets their freedom. It's kind of like that in a sense, but then it like turns into so much more.
It's on Viz, right?
Yeah, it's on the Viz manga app if you have that. But yeah, I basically like it's these criminals, they get sent to an island and they're supposed to find this thing called the elixir of life. I can't see it. It's called Hell's Paradise
Hell's Paradise.
Yeah.
I need a time where I can just sit down and read manga. It's been so long since I've actually been able to sit down and just read.
Right. That's what I've been doing mostly, because I just read it before I go to bed, because it's hard for me to like watch stuff because my wife, she goes to bed early because she has to work. So I have been reading a lot more manga than I have watched anime lately.
I'm not finding Hell's Paradise. I'm finding
this one
called The Warden.
Yeah, it's not. It's weird. It's not on the Viz app. You have to go like to Viz. Like if you type in Hell's Paradise chapters on Google, it'll come up and you can use your same account to log in, but it's not on the app. It's weird.
Interesting.
That's how I do it. Yeah. You just go on your phone, type in Hell's Paradise chapters, and it'll just come up with Viz.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really good, guys. And I think that it's going to become big pretty soon. I think it's going to get an anime next. And once that happens, generally stuff is like pretty popular. And as soon as they announce that it's getting like an anime, they just shoot the advertisement out everywhere and like it just blows up. So I think this series is going to be pretty big soon. Calling it.
I really, really hope you guys watch Orange. It's like I said last episode, it's a 13 episode series, I'm pretty sure. I haven't followed up with the manga, but I might. I don't think it continues on. Well, it probably continues on, but I might just check out to see if it does. But
I tried on Funimation, but it wouldn't let me get into my account on my parents' Roku, on my mom's Roku, and I tried really hard to get to it. I was trying to find maybe other places I can find it. I ended up watching a different show on Funimation though, just because I was like so tired of trying to actually find it to watch it. Yeah. You know what show I actually watched, and I didn't think I was going to like it, but I actually did. I watched. Have any of you guys seen Uzaki-chan?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
You said wait, what is it called?
Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out.
Yeah. K-Gemma was telling me about it.
Yeah, and it's about this short girl that has really, really big boobs, and basically just like finds this like kind of loner dude and just kind of forces her friendship on her, basically just tries to make him kind of come out of his shell and just basically finds him and like, I wouldn't say forces becomes his friend, but like just basically kind of won't leave her alone. And he hates it, like seems like he hates it, but at the same time doesn't. And it's actually kind of cute at times, and it's actually really funny. Like when I first saw it, I was like, I'm not gonna like this anime, or I thought I was just gonna make fun of it, but I watched it and it was actually pretty damn good, really entertaining.
Okay, I watched like the first one. I kind of got annoyed, but I'll give it another chance.
I actually like it better dubbed. Her voice is a lot more tolerable dubbed.
Okay.
Like sub.
Some of the like small girl characters that are subbed are just like so high pitched. Like I remember for Bleach, Odahime, her voice just annoyed the shit out of me in subs.
Saki's is sub too. I had to watch it dubbed. I watched it dubbed. I'm like, okay, this is actually like her voice is very tolerable.
Okay, because like in the first one, I mean, I just feel like she talks so damn much.
Oh, it's dubbed. It's so they lighten it so much in the dubbed. I think it's way better dubbed, just because her as a character dubbed it. Because everyone's watching it like, oh, she's fucking annoying and shit. And I watched it. I was watching it dubbed, and I'm like, she's not really that bad. I mean, she's kind of meant to be a little spontaneous and but like. Then I watched it subbed, and I'm like, okay, yeah, she's annoying as fuck in the sub. Like the dub, she's a lot better in the dub.
That's good.
Cool.
Man.
Dude, I started Jujutsu Kaisen as well. I started reading.
It started already?
Yeah. The anime is not out yet, but I wanted to read the manga since, you know, that's what I've been into lately. So I started that. I'm on like chapter 50 now. And I think it's pretty badass. Like a lot of people in the community think that the series starts off really slow. So a lot of people, it's hard to get into it. But like, I thought it was like pretty badass right from the start. And it's definitely going to be like one of the next big shonen series. I think it's going to be more like a Demon Slayer, not so much like a My Hero, where it's not as long. Like I think the mangaka said it's going to end around 200 chapters or something like that, which is pretty similar to Demon Slayer. So I think it's going to be one of those like high value production animes like Demon Slayer is, but it's going to have like more of an edgy vibe to it, where it's not going to be so geared towards like TV 14. I think it'll be more like a TV mature rating, which will be cool because it definitely has some like darker like characters and whatnot. Like the whole thing's about curses, which are like basically in areas where there's a lot of people and they have like bad emotions and bad thoughts. All that bad energy kind of condenses and forms these curses, and then it's like these sorcerers that can harness like the curse power and can make like weapons and stuff out of it. They hunt down the curses. So it's pretty shonen like style, you know, but it's done really well where the characters are super cool.
I read up until the 10th chapter of it.
Yeah. Oh, you have started it?
Yeah, you shared. That's the one you shared on the Discord. Yeah.
Is it?
I think it is. Yeah.
Maybe you
shared a manga on there, and it sounds exactly like what you're describing, kind of.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I didn't know if I remember sending something. It was a while ago, but yeah, no, it's super cool.
Right, I'll check it. Is it on? You said is it on Viz?
It's on that one's on the Viz app.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
that's
check
like
it
one
out.
of their main things. That another one I want to start, dude. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Spy Family. Have you guys seen that at all?
No.
I saw it on either on the Shonen Jump Weekly app or it's on Viz, but it looks pretty interesting. So I'll keep you posted if I start that one, let you know how it is.
Okay. All right. You guys have any other talking points to speak on?
I'm good with that. So
So
I'll
terms
finish
of
Baki.
you're gonna finish Baki, okay?
Yeah, Eric, are you going to be back in Arizona for next
Yeah,
episode?
I'm leaving on Sunday, so I'll be back in my normal space.
So if
'Cause
you
I've
have
been
access to Orange, then I'd be fine with watching that and then finishing Baki.
Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, talk
Because
about Orange.
yeah, Orange is short and Baki, you guys have already seen it, so I can finish the last two parts and then we have a lot more to talk about.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Get to that. Get to that, Connor. Get to that.
Yeah, I want to get to that Muhammad Ali Jr. fight.
Yes, because he's gonna piss you off. He's such a pussy, man. He pisses me off.
The
Damn.
sex scene is legendary.
What part is that in?
That's the second part of the sex.
Ooh, some fan service.
And
Here we go.
it's fan service. It's fan service. Definitely. But his father is kind of weird, like in terms of that scene.
He's involved, and you'll see how he is.
Oh God. Oh God, I don't even want to know.
Not like that, but it's fucking hilarious. Like it's weird, but basically he gives them his blessings before they fuck.
Of course. So
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, well, that's good for me today. I don't know if you guys have anything else you wanted to touch upon.
No, that's it, yeah. I just got some food, so I'm starving. I mean, all day.
Right.
So
get you some crap.
yeah, I got to do the closing. Right, I almost forgot. So this is Just Some Weebs. This is episode 9. Next week, obviously, will be episode 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We spoke about, if you guys made it this far, we spoke about Dorohdoro and the first part of Baki. Went a little bit of part 2 and part 3. We'll be speaking more of that next week. And we'll be speaking of Orange next week too, guys. So catch you guys next week and peace out.